morning, class. I have a big question that I want you to think about or discuss with your friends. The question is, does anything in the world not take up space? Good. No. Everything that we know, see, and we know of takes up space. For example, this book, if I would put it on my desk, it would take up the space of my desk that I couldn't put something else there. Water in a bottle, it is taking up the space in the container that I can't fill it with something else. I can fill it on top, but I can't fill this area. Now, this is a little tricky, but air in a container, do you think it takes up space? Even though it doesn't look like it is, because it looks empty, it is actually filling the space of the whole container. So we know that everything takes up space. Can you think of examples that take up space? John, good. A bike, it takes up space in your shed. Virginia, good. Candy, it takes space in your stomach. And Jack, juice, good. It takes up space in a cup, let's say. So there is a name for everything that takes up space, okay? Which we know is basically everything. So what is the name for everything that takes up space? For this book, for this air, for this liquid? The name is matter. Repeat it with me. Matter. Anything which takes up space. Again, matter. Anything which takes up space. So we know that all these things take up space. So they're all matter. Okay, matter has 3 states. Something can be in one of the 3 states of matter, meaning 3 forms. There is solid, liquid, and gas. So we know matter is anything which takes up space, and it comes in 3 states or forms, either a solid, a liquid, or a gas. So I have a question. How do we know what matter is in which of the 3 states, either a solid, a liquid, or a gas? How do I know that this is a solid and not a gas, or this is a liquid and not a solid? How do we know? So in order to know this, we have to know 2 scientific words. One is classify. Classify means to assign to a group. Repeat it. Classify. Assign to a group. For example, I classify or assign to a group a dog as an animal. And the next word is property. Property is equality. Repeat. Property, equality. So, for example, a quality of a dog or a property of a dog would be its dark fur. So what we're trying to do is classify or assign matter into one of the 3 states, either solid, a liquid, or gas, based on its property. So let's start with the first state of matter. The first state is solid. Okay. A solid, this is the property of a solid. A solid does not change shape. So for example, this book, if I would put it into this container, we know it's a rectangle book. Did it change shape? No, it's the same shape as the other, as it was when it was out of the container. So we know this book is a solid because a solid does not change shape. Next, if I would take this water from this bottle and pour it into this container, did it change shape? It's hard to see, but yes, it did. It went from a circular shape, because it's a circular bottle, to a rectangle shape, because this is a rectangular container. So the next state of matter is a liquid. The property of a liquid is that it changes its shape into its container shape, okay? And the last state of matter is a gas. If I would take this air in this container and pour it into this container, I know it's a little silly, and then cover it, even though it doesn't look like it changed shape, it did, because it went from this shape to this shape. So we know that a gas, which is the last state of matter, changes its shape into its container shape. So we have a question. It's a little confusing because a liquid changes its shape into its container shape, and a gas changes its shape into its container shape. So how do we know the difference? So the way we know is that I poured water from here into this container. However, I only poured a little bit. You see over here, I only filled it a little bit, so it only took on the shape of the container a little bit, not the full container. However, there is no such thing as me pouring a little bit of air into a container and it only taking up the container's shape a little bit, only like this much. If I pour air into this container and I cover the container, closing the air on it, it takes on the whole shape of the container. So again, what we know is matter. Repeat with me. Matter is anything which takes up space. What we are trying to do is classify or assign to a group the matter that we know into one of its three states, either a solid, a liquid, or a gas, based on its property or quality. Repeat. We are trying to classify matter according to its property into these three states, either a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Okay, I'm going to give you out a worksheet for homework, and you are going to classify on your own matter based on its properties of the three states. So you'll be able to do it on your own. So let's read the instructions. Here is the sheets, the worksheets that I'll collect tomorrow. The directions say, recognize what state of matter the materials are in and cut and paste each one into their correct column. So what we were doing, we are classifying the matter, which we know is anything that takes up space, into one of the three states of matter, either a solid, liquid, or a gas, based on its property, which we know the property of the three states are solids does not change shape, liquids change their shape into the container shape, only halfway if they want to, and a gas changes shape into its container shape, however it does so fully. It takes on the container's whole shape. Okay, let's do two problems from the sheet so you understand how to do it for homework. So let's start with the shoes. So shoes, think about shoes, think about its property. Do shoes change shape if I would put it in a container? No, they're the same shape. So we know that based on the property of shoes, it's a solid. We can classify it as a solid because a solid's property does not change shape. So we know that the shoes will go in the solids column. Now, the next thing, let's do the steam from the pot. We're talking about the steam. If I would take steam and put it in a container, think about it, picture in your mind, would it take on the whole shape of the container? Does it change shape? What happens? Good. It changes shape into the container shape. However, it needs to cover it needs to take on the shape of the entire container. Therefore, we know that the steam, which is matter because it takes on space, gets classified into a gas state of matter based on its property because it changes the shape into its container shape. However, it does so fully. Good. Now, I'm going to do a demonstration which will sum up the lesson. I'm going to take Coke. Coke, which state of matter is Coke in? Good, it's a liquid based on its property because it changes its shape into its container that I would put it in. However, it could do so fully or halfway like this one. So I'm going to take Coke, and then I'm going to take baking soda. Baking soda is a little hard to see, but this is in a solid state of matter because it does not change shape no matter what. And this property for solid does not change shape. And I'm going to pour it in, and look what's going to happen. See all the bubbles and the fizz? You see what's happening? I took a liquid, and then I took a solid, and it created bubbles, which are a gas. Because if I were to put bubbles into a container, it would take on the shape of the container completely. So let's repeat what we know. Matter is anything which takes up space. There are three states of matter. Repeat it with me. A solid, a liquid, or a gas. We classify or assign to a group the matter into its three states based on its property. The solid's property is does not change shape. The liquid's property changes its shape into its container shape only halfway or fully. And a gas changes its shape into a container shape fully if it only could do it fully. Meaning if I put air in a container, it would take on the shape of the entire container. If I would take water and put it in a container, it could fill it up fully if it wants to, or fill it up halfway. It would only take on the shape not fully. A liquid would not do it fully, what a gas does. So we know matter is anything that takes up space and it has three states, solid, liquid, or gas. Good job.